My name's Chris Ambroso. I am the junior high director at Near North Montessori in Wicker Park in Chicago. So Montessori philosophy, Montessori education is all about teaching the whole child and different academics and personal attributes. And sustainability, recycling, composting has been a part of our school for a long time, but it was challenging because it was always within the school, and we are very much an urban school, so any of the things that we tried to do outside on the playground or around the perimeter of the school were challenging. So about three and a half years ago, we got connected to somebody from the Chicago Botanical Gardens. And we had a woman who came in over the course of an academic year. She spent a lot of time with teachers talking about sustainability and curriculum and how we could work within our own curriculum that we already have and add these elements of sustainability. And we put together a sustainability mission, and we spent that whole year as a faculty really trying to brainstorm ways in which we could make this really come to life. And then purely coincidentally, it kind of fell into our laps right before school opened a couple of years ago. The plot of land that we are standing on right now is owned by a set of grandparents of a child who used to attend our school. And they've had a number of offers on the land, on the property, of people interested in building housing or condos or using the land for residential purposes. They were very reluctant to do that, and they wanted to hold on to the land for something different. And they found us, and they decided to lease or rent us their land for, I think, $1 a year or something crazy like that. The first year, Anna, the woman from the Botanic Gardens, just spent a lot of time getting the land ready for use. There was a lot of cement in the ground, there was a lot of garbage in the ground, a lot of rocks. So that first year was a lot of just hard, difficult labor. We put together this greenhouse over here during that first year in the middle of the winter during the cold snap. And we started building some of these raised beds that you see behind me. Then Stacy, we happened to get really lucky, and when Anna had to move on, we found Stacy, or maybe Stacy found us, and it seemed to work out to be a perfect match, that Stacy's experience and her knowledge and her vision matched perfectly with what we wanted to do or what we had been thinking about doing, and she has been able to really take the reins, and she immediately jumped in and started making this happen and become a reality.
My name is Stacy Cushenberry, and this is the Farmessori with Near North Montessori School here in Chicago. And I am the urban farm manager. So Montessori education is broken down into different age levels. So I work with the 3 to 6ers, which would be our kindergarten group, through 12 to 14ers, which is all the way to 8th grade, basically. And the kids come out here once a week for about an hour to an hour and a half, dependent on the class. And they do different things that would be involved with gardening. That would include, just general planting, harvesting. We also do a lot of organic gardening and farming practices. So we do composting, vermiculture. We also do biodynamic gardening and agriculture. So we do a lot for sustainability of the plants, taking care of the whole system. So when you look around, there's not just, fruits and vegetables out here. There's also a lot of trees and perennials, and we're trying to take care of that whole system. So let's say with the 3 to 6ers, a lot of that is focused on planting and kind of introducing them to the garden. So one thing we do throughout the school year is we plant in our grow labs, which is on the level that the 3 to 6ers are at. And they plant microgreens, and they do all this. They plant all the starts for the Farmessori. So all of our tomatoes and cucumbers, and all the vegetables, they are actually starting them themselves, and then they come out here and plant them. For the 12 to 14ers, I do much more science-based kind of gardening and farming practices. One thing we did is we talked about our trees and the need to take care of them here in Chicago. So we did something called tree painting. So we learned all about the importance of taking care of our trees, and then we actually came out here, and it's a mixture of clay and compost and manure and water, and they literally painted the trees. It was a really nice way of kind of making sure we're taking care of this whole system. So those are two projects that I think went very well and kind of showcase what we do. As the garden has expanded, we've put together a number of projects. One of them is we introduced honeybees this year, and as we continue to move along, next year we're going to be introducing chickens. So we will have chickens here, which is going to be incredibly exciting for everyone. And then also, we have been working a great deal on improving our soil. These raised beds have, brand new soil, as do the greenhouses, so we are able to grow fruits and vegetables in them. The soil in the ground, unfortunately, is contaminated with lead, so we can't grow in the ground. So we've been doing a lot of bioremediation, which means growing plants that can pull out the lead and store it in their leaves. One of those plants, lucky for us, is sunflowers. So in the summer we have just a huge amount of sunflowers that are really doing that job, and we think that after this year we'll have another year of bioremediation, and then we will be ready to do a lot of in-ground growing. Also, we installed fruit trees this year, so we did a pear, peach, plum, wide variety of fruit trees, and our plan is to really trellis them and kind of create our orchard. So that's kind of the next phase. The Farmessori is directly related to our sandwich shop program. Our sandwich shop program allows our 12 to 14ers to get into the kitchen and prepare lunches for all of our kids at the school. It's a microeconomy, so the kids basically run their own business. They make a profit. They are able to donate that money to different nonprofits. It's directly related in that a lot of our produce goes to sandwich shop.
Hi, I'm Jamie Warmfeldt. I am the 12 to 14 junior high sandwich shop coordinator. We are in the sandwich shop classroom right now. Behind us there is, for the most part, a full service kitchen space. And then over in this direction, there's more of a classroom setup. And in this space, we do not only cooking and kitchen-related practical life lessons, we also teach some lessons, and then we use the space to basically run Sandwich Shop. Sandwich Shop is basically a lunch program. It's an opportunity for the 7th and 8th graders to kind of run their own microeconomy and fulfill a need within the school, which is the need for school lunch. It also presents them with a lot of educational opportunities to incorporate what they're learning in a more traditional classroom setting or their homeroom settings, and bring that into this space to run this business. And basically they run the whole thing. I am here to kind of guide them. They build it from the bottom up, or at least I try and encourage them to. And what that means is that they kind of come up with a vision for what they want to do with Sandwich Shop. They design the menu, they prepare all the food, they take the orders, they prepare the food, they package it, and they deliver it. So it's a very cool opportunity for them to also interact with the rest of the school and the younger children and the staff who they prepare lunches for. And after all of that has been taken care of, they come back up, they help take care of the space, and they also interact with their customers, who will often come up with feedback of some kind. Then at the end of the whole operation, the money that they make, they donate to charity. And there's 3 7th and 8th grade classes, and each class takes a turn running Sandwich Shop throughout the year. And so each class has the opportunity to choose which charities they would like to donate the money towards. And they do so by doing research and, again, assessing need, and then delivering the bountiful charity check when all is said and done.